Hi, good morning. So, how are you? I'm answering your questions as usual. And most of the questions are being asked by readers of You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. But you can send me any question on any topic and send your questions to info @jayo.com. info@jayo.com. JIYO. And while you're at it, please download the app Jayo, JIYO. And this is our community, our ecosystem, where we are together hoping to create that critical mass for a more peaceful, just, sustainable, and healthier world. Okay, so today's question is from Brian Cataquet. And Brian says, if they say life is an illusion or a dream, how do you define crossing a street or a highway with a truck hitting you and killing you? Is that a dream illusion? Obviously not. Can you explain? Thank you. Okay, so first of all, I think it's important to define what a dream is in this particular context. A dream is any experience that is evanescent. So if an experience arises and falls, as soon as it arises, then obviously it has a dream-like quality. So right this morning, as you're in this waking state, last night is over and the dream that you had is over. But right this moment, as you're listening to me, the beginning part of this listening is over. So every experience that you have is a snapshot. And that snapshot is strung together as a series of snapshots along the thread of existence or being or awareness. The experience as a snapshot cannot be seized, but because each snapshot is occurring very fast, then it's like a movie. And the movie is the projection that we call life, a continuum of experiences. A continuum of experiences. That movie includes that which we call your body. It includes that which we call your mind. And it includes the experience of the universe. Okay? Now, it's a movie because yesterday's experiences are gone. What happened to an hour ago? It's gone. What happened to a minute ago? It's gone. What happened to a second ago? It's gone. So every act of perception is a snapshot strung together like beads, very close to each other, on the string of existence or being. So this means that your body, your mind, and the world you are experiencing is a projection, therefore movie, therefore a dream, therefore an illusion, therefore just an experience. Your body, your mind, and the world are an experience that is being projected by that which is you, existence, awareness, being. You are not the projection, you're the awareness that is doing the projection. Now, let's make this even simpler. Every thought is an activity of the mind, right? Every perception is also an activity of the mind. Because without the mind, you can't perceive anything. Okay? And that includes the perception of that which we call the brain and the body and the universe. They're all activities in the mind. The mind is experiencing itself as the body, brain, universe. You don't really experience the brain unless you look upon another person's brain, say on a dissection table or an operating table, or your own brain on a CAT scan. That's a perception. Okay, so everything that is perceivable, nameable, or conceptualizable or conceivable, nameable, conceivable, describable, perceptual is an activity of the mind. Okay. The mind in turn is a modification of that which we call awareness or consciousness. In other words, consciousness is modifying itself as the activity that we call sense perceptions and thoughts, and of course likes, dislikes, emotions, feelings, and images that we then call mind and body and the world. All is being experienced as a unified activity. Mind, body, and the world are experienced as a unified activity. Okay, so mind is also a process, correct. Ramanand is right. Mind is also a process. It's a process in awareness. It's a modification of awareness. So now what does this do to the question that Brian asked? He says, a person is crossing the street, they're hit by a truck, and they die. So, which part of this is the illusion or the dream or the projection? I'll be right back on that in a moment. Okay, so now we go to the question that was asked by Brian about the man crossing the street, hit by a truck, and he dies. Okay, if you have grasped what I've said so far, then the man, the body-mind, the truck, being hit by the truck, and the experience we call termination of that particular life is all part of the dream. The mind is the part of the dream, the truck is part of the dream, and being hit is part of the dream. The pain experienced is part of the dream, and death is part of the dream. If life is a dream, then death also has to be a dream. Okay, but this is a partial way of understanding it. Let's see if we can change the wording a little bit and call the mind, the body, the truck, the street, let's all call them experiences in awareness. Okay, experiences in awareness. And therefore, birth and death are opposites, not life. Life is the continuum of birth and death that is happening in an eternal now. The dream is arising, subsiding, as a continuum. It's like a movie, and it is arising and subsiding in that which we call existence or awareness or being, which, as I've said many times before, is not in time. So the dream character dies, the dream truck dies, and in the dream there is the experience that we call pain. Okay. The real you is not the body, not the mind, not the truck, not the street. They're all projections of eternal being. So then eternal being is recycling as a continuum of dreams, if you want to call it a dream. While you're having the experience, though, it doesn't seem like a dream. It only seems like a dream when it's over. So right now you're looking at me, it doesn't seem like a dream. But in 5 minutes, when this is over, it'll be a dream. Okay, so the experience is real as it is happening. When it's over, then it is seen as a dream. the experience you're having right now seems real to you as it's happening, because you're in the lucid dream that we call waking state. But then after 5 minutes, when this particular projection is over, you'll be experiencing another projection, and you'll be part of that projection. You, meaning your body-mind, will be part of that projection, and that'll be the lucid dream that you'll have then. And by tonight, it'll all be over when you go to sleep. Then you'll have another dream, that sleeping dream, and then you'll rest in deep sleep, which will be totally dreamless, back to baseline. So how does this help us? It helps us by recognizing that we do not take experience literally as reality, but we take it seriously because you don't want to experience the pain. Okay, the pain is also, Angela says, comb your hair. I did actually comb my hair this morning, but then after my shower, I went for yoga, and hair is not important, because this is a selfie, this is a projection, this is part of the dream. So the real self is invisible anyway. Okay? So take life seriously, take the dream seriously, but don't take it literally. And literally means don't understand that body, mind, and universe are symbolic representations of the true self. They are like, every moment of perception is like taking a selfie. And the self is constantly projecting itself as a series of selfies, which includes the environment the selfie is found in. Okay, and this hair is part of the dream, and this face and everything else is part of the dream. And your true self is the one that is projecting the dream. It's pretty simple, actually. What is the advantage of knowing this? The advantage of knowing this is that when you really understand this, when you really understand that birth and death are opposites, and life is the continuum of birth and death, and life is eternal and timeless, then you slowly detach from identifying with your selfie. You identify with yourself. You also slowly get comfortable with unpredictability. You also slowly stop clinging and grasping at experience because it cannot be grasped. You slowly lose your fear of impermanence. You stop fearing death. And that's an advantage, isn't it? To live life without fear. And the absence of fear is being inseparable from all that is, which we call love. And therefore, you exist in a state of flow. No resistance, no regrets, no anticipation. Just this moment as it is. Eternal being, now, experiencing itself as body, mind, universe, all as a unified experience. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you once again for reading and supporting this book, You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self. And also do remember to download the app Jayo, J-I-Y-O, and also continue to send me your questions at the following email address, info@jayo.com, info@jayo.com. In the meanwhile, look at the world through the eyes of love, being. No judgments, no labels, no definitions. Once in a while, that's okay, because everything that has a name or a description or an appearance is part of the projection. And when you look at the world through the eyes of love, you'll see that it's all you. Everything is you. Okay? Take care and see you tomorrow.